whakataka te hau ki te uru, whakataka te hau ki te tonga, kia mā kina ki uta, kia mā taratara ki tai. E hi aki ana te atakura, he teo commanding 6th Division on behalf of the British Armed Forces. Veterans, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you as we gather at this special place on the Gelibolu Peninsula to remember all those who have served and died here 107 years ago, and to acknowledge that those who were once our adversaries are now our firm friends. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Our service today begins with the mounting of the Cadillac Party. I now invite Major General John Boswell, Chief of Army, to deliver the call to remembrance on behalf of the New Zealand Defence Force.
Most were convinced that, as one New Zealand soldier wrote in his diary, it will be the greatest days in our lives. The sunrise they witnessed that day was, for all too many, to be the last they ever saw. As they completed their preparations for landing, the Anzacs were also preparing psychologically. No one knows how they will respond to the overpowering stresses and fears of battle. Men as they came ashore wondered if they would be brave enough to endure what was ahead of them, and above all, not let their comrades down. On board the invasion fleet, there were thousands of horses and vehicles for the planned rapid advance across the Gelibolu Peninsula. Instead, the Anzacs found themselves trapped in a minute enclave, desperately defending themselves from a tenacious and skillful enemy who was determined to protect his homeland. During the first 3 days of bitter fighting at Anzac, more than 1,000 Australians and New Zealanders were killed.
They battled the terrain, more rugged, more challenging, and more difficult to navigate than any who planned and prepared for the operation had expected. And they met a resolute enemy, determined to repel the invaders. As they came ashore, the men were directed to the heights above what would become known as Anzak Cove. This was an arduous trek, conducted under fire through thick undergrowth, forbidding gullies, and across multiple steep ridges to the firing line. While the Turkish force at Anzak Cove was small, it held the high ground, was highly motivated, and in a matter of hours would be reinforced by several regiments.